This trade update changes everything as this player is available and is a very realistic option for the Padres, and I think we should talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Another episode of our morning Let's Talk About This One Dude I Like podcast episode. I don't know. We just talked about Steven Kwan. Now we're going to talk about someone who I have promised for a couple of videos. Finally get into it. Luis Robert Jr. Before we get into it, though, please subscribe as always. So I know I promised you a update, and I'm going to get to it in just a second. But we have covered Luis Robert Jr. before, but it was months ago, so I wanted to update it a little bit, get your guys' minds refreshed. But Jeff Passan, of course, we just used this yesterday for Steven Kwan, or whenever I post this, I don't know. But now we're talking about Luis Robert Jr. in outfield, and we'll eventually get to the other names if we haven't done a video on them already. But let's talk about this first. I guess I'll read the article real quick, and then we'll jump into his stats. From Jeff Passan, Robert has been extremely unlucky with ball in play results this season, but that has begun to turn around recently. He remains a strong defender and base runner with a career high 24 steals already, but the 201, 289, 342 slash line is unsightly, and his trade value has cratered over the past two seasons. He has a pair of $20 million a year club options that an acquiring team would be hesitant to exercise absent a turnaround. Finding a match with a team willing to give up more for Robert's upside rather than his productivity could be challenging. Chance of trade, though, 50%. Wow, Andrew, who did you bring us but a dud? No, I have hope for him. Just like I have hope for Adley Rutschman, I have hope for Roberts Jr. Obviously, a lot more for Rutschman than I do for Roberts Jr., but Roberts Jr. I still have hope for, right? I kind of showed you this before, or already. Luis Robert Jr. over his last 9 games, 360 average, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 7 runs, 2 stolen bases. So this is from something I stole from Twitter. Player profile, Luis Robert Jr., elite bat speed plus sprint speed, great fielding metrics, ranked 18th in outs above average at center field. Luis Robert Jr. is a David Stearns type player with great defense and star potential offensively. He would be an immediate upgrade at center field. He's tied for 7th in the MLB with 25 steals, and he can create plenty of opportunities to score for a team starved of offense. I don't care about the Mets. Mets, let's go. Yeah, I hate the Mets. Let's replace that with let's go Padres. So yeah, Mets have a lot more of a salary non-issue what the Padres do, but I want to show you this that we'll eventually get to. But let's look at the percentile rankings as always. 2023 being his breakout year, or I guess his best year, you could say, 38 home runs, and this is this year. So a lot changed, obviously, right? What hasn't changed is the base running value, or what has changed is the base running value going up a lot more. And his arm value's gone up a lot more. Bat speed is around the same, right? But if you dive a little deeper, you don't see much. It does look relatively the same, right? And relatively worse. But the way he's played recently, and I have that right here, right? In July, he has a 345 average, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts, that's fine, but 3 stolen bases in July. So he is looking better and better and better. So let's look at his platoon splits. Of course, the most important thing, he hits super good against lefties, which is our biggest hole, right? Almost 300 average against lefties with 5 home runs. He hits home runs on both sides, don't get me wrong, but 171 versus 299, obviously lefties much, much better. And his monthly splits, like I kind of teased, in July, he's hitting much better. Obviously, we're only I guess we're in 21 days, and so it's a pretty okay big sample size. But he's improving. He's looking better. And again, I showed you this on a Steven Kwan video. Again, this is the 21st where I'm recording this, so this might be different from when I post it. But his stats look not as good, but could look better than the left fielders we have right now. He has more home runs, almost the same RBIs, obviously much more stolen base. I don't think it has stolen bases on this one. No, it doesn't. But still, he has a lot of stolen bases. So there is definitely an upside to this. And I know I keep teasing this. What is the major update, Andrew? Let me find it, and I'll tell you. Perhaps this is from a Ken Rosenthal article, the same one where we saw the Adley Rutschman news. But this is a excerpt from it. Perhaps a team such as the San Diego Padres would take Robert if the White Sox included a portion of his remaining salary, something the team has indicated a willingness to do. But even then, the White Sox cannot count on getting much of a return. Easiest buy low. He is making $15 million a year. If the White Sox eat, say, half of that and we pay 7.5 and they pay 7.5, 7.5 for a hitter that has a lot of upside and is proven to hit well against lefties, which is our biggest hole, could be such a positive, great move. If Steven Kwan's not on the market and we can get, say, even $8 million, we'll pay $8 million for Roberts and the White Sox eat the rest. They look like they want to get rid of him, and we need a left fielder who can play good defense. I know Shildt is a left fielder right now. I'm not saying he's a horrible left fielder, but Roberts is better. At least defense. Hitting wise, no. But he's a better defender. And we already see Shildt is from the White Sox, sucked on the White Sox, plays good here. Luis Roberts Jr. sucks on the White Sox right now. Maybe he'll play better here. I just feel like there's so much upside to someone that we could possibly buy low. And like we mentioned before, he does have club options for $20 million. So if he performs really, really well, say he like somehow hits 30 home runs to finish the season, $20 million might be a steal for him. I don't know how we're going to afford it, but even if he sucks, right, it's a club option. If we don't want him, we can just not re-sign him. And maybe he'll come back for cheaper. Maybe he'll come back for like 10 million instead of 10 million instead of 20 million, right? There's so much potential to just like improve this team with something that could be relatively simple to make. We've traded with the White Sox before. We've fleeced them before. We can fleece them again, right? I'm not trying to say that we should undersell him or whatever, right? But I just think there's so much possibilities with this option. And I think there's upside that we're missing. I know the stats don't look great, right? But there's upside. There's upside. We've seen how good he's been before. 38 home runs. I don't know if we can get that same player, but if we can get a player that's hitting 25 home runs, if he can finish the year with 25 home runs on this team, playing solid defense and hitting or stealing bases, base running so well, he's a great solution to this team, right? Even if we don't want to start him every day, he can come off the bench. He could, if you want to DH him, I don't know why you would, but he can come off the bench. He could be the Bryce Johnson replacement. Because instead of like taking Sheets out and putting in Bryce Johnson, maybe they bring in a lefty and we can put up Luis Roberts Jr. the bat for Gavin Sheets. I know you're paying $8 million for a bench bat, but like, why not, bro? Make things happen. We want to win a World Series. This might be our last opportunity with this core, and I want to win with this core. I want to win with this core. Let's just make things happen. Maybe I'm crazy. I probably am, but wrong button. But yeah, I mean, he's hitting 299 with some with I already said the stat line, but basically he's really good against left-handers, right? And like I said, there's 20 million option, 15 million right now. But come on. If they eat his salary, tell me what is stopping us from making this move. They don't even want him. If we don't want him, maybe the Dodgers will get him. I don't want him to go to the Dodgers, right? Let's block that from happening. But whatever, I digress. Do you guys want Luis Roberts Jr. or do you want to stick with Duran or stick with Steven Kwan? Obviously, I want Steven Kwan more, but he's only a 20% chance of trade. Roberts is a 50% chance. If you didn't tell, 50 is a lot bigger than 20. So yeah, let me know if you want Roberts or if I'm full of crap. Who would you want to replace him? Give me some more names you guys want me to talk about. And as always, please, please, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Go Padres. Can I say go Padres? Go Padres.